So I'm gonna share how this fishing strategy earns millions of dollars, and it's very simple, and it's something that you can instantly install into your business and start using as a marketing strategy or just a way of thinking about marketing to simplify it, because that's the reason why I do these videos. Is businesses want to get more customers, and they want to do it by doing less stuff so they have more time to focus on other things that truly matter. So that's why I create videos like this, to simplify things, show you how to make money using the internet, show you how to get customers using the internet. So there are 5 simple steps here. The first thing we need to know is, who are we actually going to be trying to catch? So that's the first one. It's like, who is the fish? So a fisherman, when they go fishing, I like to fish once in a while. I always think, like, what kind of fish am I going to catch? By determining that first and understanding what this fish actually wants, it's going to help me to understand how to create the bait, or how to create content, or how to create emails, or create things that I can put out there that will attract them to me. See, if I was to go chasing fish, I wouldn't do too well. But if you just put the right bait out there, you don't have to do a whole lot. You can put the bait on the proper mechanism, a funnel or a fishing hook, and they'll come to it and bite it. So the first thing we gotta know is, who is the fish and what do they want? You gotta truly think about that. What is it that they want? Once I've decided, okay, I wanna catch this kind of fish, or I wanna attract this kind of person, the next thing, where are they? Where would I find these people? Where would you find that fish? If I go fishing for largemouth bass, which is a freshwater fish, then if I head out to the ocean, I could have the best bass bait there is. I could have the best presentation. I could have the best everything. But if they're not in there, I will not catch them. And many of you, some of you old brick and mortar businesses that will be watching this, you're just fishing in the wrong lake. The lake that you used to fish in used to have those fish in it, but those fish have since migrated. They've went to newer, fresher waters or newer ponds and lakes. And so all you have to do is do the same thing you were doing there. You just need to do it in the place where they are, which is here, social media. So once we know who the fish is, what they want, we identify where they're at, what platforms they're at. The one thing I like to do here is I like to be thinking in a way where I'm like, where would I go grab my customer by the shoulders? Like, where would I physically find them? That's gonna help you so much as to where you wanna start putting out your marketing. And by marketing, I mean video content on platforms where you're sharing different tips, advice, you're showing and demonstrating how you actually solve their problem or get them to their desired state, and you just explain to them how to do business with you. It's very simple. Let's please not complicate this. So we know who the fish is now, we know where the fish is. Now the third thing we need to figure out, what are we going to use for bait? Well, back here, you would have gotten a pretty good idea of what you'd want to use. You know what the fish is, you'd identify what they want. Are you going to use a free PDF? Are you going to use a free training video? Are you going to show them exactly how things work and that's how you're going to help them? Are you going to explain to them how to actually solve their problem before you actually solve their problem? For instance, what I like to do, because I help companies put together funnels, email automation, video marketing, and things like that, I actually just show that to them. I show them the funnel, I show them the video marketing techniques and tactics, and I show them how the email automations work. And by showing them that, they get really excited. I even give them the funnel and the email automations over at my website at makeonce.com. And when I do that, they go do it and they try to get it figured out. And the ones that can do, great, I wanted to help you. The ones that try to do it and can't, I sell them the implementation. I help them do it. And that's what you would want to do, is think about, what can I do to just show them how I actually solve their problem? If we were to go out to this lake, we're looking for this fish, and if I went out there, let's say immediately, the moment I created an offer or had a product or a solution or whatever, I would immediately go out to this water and I'd start chumming the water. I'd start putting all this, short form content, long form content, or if I was trying to catch fish, I'd put a bunch of the type of bait that they really like. I'd put it all over here in this area, because then what would the fish would start going to this area, right? Because there's all this free content, bait, all this chum in the water. Now that they're experiencing this, all I gotta do is, when I'm ready to go, I just gotta take whatever I've been putting in here and put a hook in it, and one of them's gonna bite it, only this time I'll catch them and bring them into the boat. Or in other words, they'll become a customer of mine. Does that make sense? We find out what fish, we chum the waters, and we continue to chum, because if I keep chumming, they keep coming. And if they keep coming, I can keep putting hooks in it randomly and catch them. Think of this as social media marketing, short form, long form content, as well as email follow-up. So what is the bait that you're going to use? What are you going to put out on short form and long form content? What are you going to offer here that they're going to be like, wow, I want to give them my email so that I can learn about that? Or what videos are you going to put out here? We got to figure out the bait so that we can then put a hook in it. Okay, just like fishing, right? Found the fish, now we know what they're at. Now we're going to bring the right lures to attract them to us. Once we get that working for us, what we want to do is we want to cast a lot. All right, we want to keep publishing and we want to get more poles in the water. If you know there's a bunch of fish here and you want to catch a lot of fish all at once, you need more lines with more hooks with more bait on it. It's very simple, right? So let's start posting on all the platforms. Let's get more people to help us post on the platforms. Let's get advertising. Let's do marketing. Let's do all of that stuff with this bait we figured out in the lake that we know they're at and getting the fish, the customer. And then finally, what you want to really do to alleviate you having to work a ton is you want to teach a person how to fish, or it doesn't even need to be a person in many cases. You can automate. So you could teach a machine how to do the fishing for you. And you can teach either people or machines or both. And I would suggest doing both. Getting people to take that part of the work off of your hands so you can focus on helping the fish more by creating a better product. Better your product is, people will tell people. These fish will be like, man, there's a bunch of good stuff over there. You should go grab it. And that is how this fishing strategy earns millions. Now, one thing that you can do is create a scenario like this by creating a basic funnel. So you want to put together a 4-page funnel here, and then you want to start chumming out here with short and long form content that drives people to this funnel. On this page right here, you want to get their email so that they're on an email list, and then you want to keep chumming and sending them here to a video that tells them how you solve their problem. Give them a button to either schedule with you or they can go buy the thing. And then you just keep emailing them valuable pieces of content, or in other words, like the chum. Chum is exactly what the fish wants to eat. That's why it's going to it. That's how you treat your email. They should be waiting for that next email because it's so valuable. And if you give, you won't have to ask. You just put the hook in it and they'll bite it. It's very simple. If you have questions about this, please let me know down in the comments. You might as well subscribe, because when I put out another one of these, you won't miss it that way. I make these videos so that you can get more customers and make more money using the internet. So if you help me down in the comments by asking questions, I can then create videos on this. Make sure you check out this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one.